I mean, I'm a little crazy. Only a little. Me crazy, crazy for you. I'm such a mess, you don't even know the half of it. Pack it, box it, flip it, top it. Pack it, box it, flip it, top it. I love Melanie Martinez, and I'm glad that she has a new album out currently. But hello, motherfuckers, and welcome to my club of Cottontales. I'm Amber motherfucking Lewis, and this is your first time here, and I hope you're having a very moist day. It is Thursday. Happy first day of October. I thought about, in all honesty, wearing my cape and like some black lipstick, but the way this meeting started was exactly the way it needed to start. Like, I honestly can't wait to like vibe out with, well, she'll be past Cottontale at that time, but future Cottontale, future Amber's gonna vibe out with past Amber, and we're just gonna live for it. Today is just, mindfulness is the key. Mindfulness is the key to everything. I got bitches. I'm a real witch bitch, put your ass in a hex. I love that. A real witch bitch, put your ass in a hex. Hey, hey! So shorty, come here. I'm trying to blow your back out. Walking funny for the year. That ass kick rock. Wow, my skin is looking phenomenal today. Which is funny because I know my baby box is going to start booming soon. That always tends to happen. I'll like get my PMS breakouts and then my skin will get real nice and I'm like, aha! Like I can almost guarantee that my baby box is going to start booming before this weekend, which will be so shitty. Like, there's a part of me that's like, should I still hit up my FWB? And then I'm like, should I just play it off like I don't want to have sex? He'll know. He'll know. Play it off like I don't want to have sex. That'd be funny. Mm. This part of my hair, right here, I love it so much. It's just like a beautiful shade of blue with purple. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful shade in itself, but it's a little bit more dark. I'm really kind of like feeling the bright right now. I go between that. I go between like light Light and bright. Or dark and bright. Light and bright. That's the same thing, bitch. Oh, it feels so good to be in Club Cottontail, yo. Like, I don't even, like, I can't fully even explain how good of an entity this is. I do, however, have this cute little video that we need to watch. Said, shorty, come here. Trying to blow her back out. Walking funny for the year. Dude, his like, oh my god, I have claws? Hehehe. So I've been hearing that Wolverine has been in Weeping Woods for a while. That was my favorite part when I saw that, because when you log in, and it's your first time logging in since they do that sort of thing, it automatically plays it for you. So when I saw the little Deadpool at the end, I was like, yes! Like, yes! I love it. Especially because, like, Deadpool wasn't the last, like, secret skin. It was Aquaman. So I love it. I love it. I'm loving how, like, the beginning of the meeting, I started with, like, my hair was still in its braids. So I'm, like, looking at this, like, little thumbnail, and I'm like, oh, she's so cute. And then I'm looking here, I'm like, damn, bitch. You went from cute to seductive in, like, 3.2 seconds. That's about how long it takes to take a braid out. Mm. Good hair. Good hair. Good haar. Alright, moist content spread. Most likely just have me, myself, and I to chat with, but that's per the usual of Club Cottontail. If you follow me on Snapchat, you already kind of, like, especially know why this meeting was needed for today. I would have been already having some content at some point today, but it is definitely needed. Had kind of a, I won't say rough, but interesting. It definitely is leading to me enjoying the last of my cookies and chem. So, our first bolio of the day, really, it's the first bolio of Club Cottontail. It's probably like my third or fourth bowl today. And it's almost noon. I got up at 7. But we have some Blue Dream and some pink cookies. The pink cookies are so fucking good. So usually indicas just give me a headache and things, but I've been finding different indicas that are actually kind of like not as bad for me. Conspiracy Kush is one. Pink cookies is another. But yeah, so we have Blue Dream, pink cookies mixed together, and then put the rest of my cookies and chem on top of that. So, welcome and hello, motherfuckers, to my Club of Cottontails, a place for me to be 100% me while helping myself mentally and physically. So, simply, my content is made for me. I'm coming to chill in my club of Cottontails, if you will. I hope to meet other people, other Cottontails. But truly, it's just me, myself, and I. Until I don't feel like being in Club Cottontail anymore. It is always the hope, though, that I'll actually get some people to chat with me. I do find that people tend to lurk more, you know, and lurking has its purpose, but for me, if you do choose to lurk, the lurking serves a purpose, kind of like the live stream in general, and that's to just trigger me in some sort of way that I'm going to then desensitize myself to it. So, truthfully, you know, whereas I appreciate any and all support, I definitely want the individuals who are going to come and actually chat with me. Oh, you guys, so last night I did do some offline Cottontail-ry, and we did get this. So, if you tuned in yesterday to the meeting, we did steps 1 and 2, and I was like, oh man, it said emote during a victory royale. I was like, fuck. I was like, that's not going to happen in this meeting, which it didn't. But we did do a team rumble, and luckily for me, my first team rumble, as you can see, it's still on the team rumble. My first team rumble happened to get me the emote, so yes, we got it, and now we can switch away from him because I gotta have my taco. I want my taco. Taco. Alright, so it is Thursday. Thursday is the beginning of the week in Fortnite, so it is officially week 5 of Chapter 2, Season 4, or what we like to call Season 14. So, Now, this right here is kind of annoying and a little bit kind of pisses me off. But in order to get Wolverine, you have to find him and then defeat him. So that's gonna be it's gonna be challenging. It's definitely gonna be challenging for me. I already know that it is. I'm hoping that like I'm hoping that it's not like too crazy hard. Like I don't know though. I'm a little yeah. Anyways, so let's look at the week 5 challenges, shall we? Oh, so we have all of the Wolverine challenges. So, you know, we gotta defeat him. And then deal damage with his claws. Regain health as Wolverine. Alright. Alright. Or it's week 6. Oh my god, I don't know why. I was like, oh, it's week 5. Bitch, week 5 just ended. Oh, my brain is all over the place. It is week 6. Jesus fuck. It is week 6 of Chapter 2, Season 4. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, damn. Fucking A. Oh, you know, fuck these challenges. I ain't gonna look at these yet. Consume a legendary fish? What kind of bullshit is that? Oh. They're making it hard. Well, I'm definitely going to toke, especially with the realization that I always feel kind of slightly stupid when I say something without speaking or thinking inside my head first. But I tend to be the type of person that if I'm not careful, I'll do too much inside my head. Um, so, yeah. Oh, fuck. That's not what I wanted. I'ma kill your cat like a fucking rugrat. Alright, moist content has been spread. I got Assbot giving some love and blowing out some smoke. So, perfect, perfect. Yep, 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 yep. So, good motherfucking morning. It's not even noon yet. It's only 11:50 a.m. here in the beautiful state of Washington. It is Thursday, October 1st, 2020. I'm actually really excited for this month. I want to try to accomplish a lot of things because at the end of this month, I will have officially been single for a year. Because this time last year I was still trying to work on our marriage, so we didn't become officially single until November 1st. So this is going to be a very interesting month for me. I partially went through some of the totes. It was kind of hard. I definitely have to go through those totes after Rainbow goes to bed. And last night I wasn't having it. But I did go through a little bit of it and got some stuff put aside for her, but I want to go through the rest of it because I have a feeling there's some stuff in there that I'm just never going to wear again. You know, it doesn't fully spark joy for me, and there's no reason for me to be keeping it. I did find some things that are like they don't quite fit me yet, and then I did find a pair of jeans that were too tight and now they fit me, and that made me feel really good. So I basically just have like a few items of clothing that are like that. Like it's something that I like so much and I know that I will get back down to that size. Like for me 16 to 18 is kind of like the normal size for me, so when I have clothing that's in that range and I don't quite fit it right now, like I'm too big, I do keep it because that's where I'll get, but I honestly see myself getting under that. Um, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, that's one thing that at a size, the jeans I put on yesterday, they were a size 22, and to be completely honest, me looking at my body now at this size 22, Before I was pregnant, I was about a size 20, which is funny because I actually weigh less now than I did before pregnancy. So I weigh less, but have a bigger size pants. So that's why you don't ever go off of a scale. You don't go off of the pant size. You go off of how you feel in your skin and how you feel when you look in the mirror at yourself naked. That is how you should be gearing what you feel about yourself. And then when you put on clothes, it should just accentuate that. That's one thing is like I love my body the way it is. So when I put on those jeans, a part of me was like, all right, they might not fit, cool. If they do fit, cool. So when I put them on and they just slid right on, I was like, what? Like, what is this? Like, they were only slightly tight in my thighs, which I'm usually I'm used to having jeans be slightly tighter on my thighs because I have big thighs. Embracing your body for everything that it is, big, small, lumpy, smooth, all of the things that it gives, you'll be able to find that inner happiness, you know what I mean? I definitely get romantically lonely a lot, but one thing for me is that I do have happiness and love and affection. It may not be in the romantic sense, but it's there, and it fills me up, and you know, brings me joy and happiness. I'm very rich in that feeling. And I've just been hyper focusing on that, you know, and then also whenever I feel, you know, the cruelty towards me, I just use that for fuel. I call it cruel fuel. I've been using that cruel fuel to just continue, and, you know, it's a huge thing. Like, today, it was feeling really good, but it also kind of like I could just tell that it was a somewhat more of a mental low day. And then we got some information that just kind of shook my world. I don't, and like I said, if you follow me on Snapchat, you already know, but I just don't like finding out things that happen that should never have happened. You know what I mean? And it affects a lot of things, and yeah, I was just like, I'm still kind of flabbergasted. Uh, Feel free if you have a Snapchat. Follow me on Snapchat. I actually do add everyone, but if you end up being an 80s doll or just an all-around skeezy motherfucker, oh, I delete you so fast. That's one thing, is I'm not someone who just wants tons of people to talk to. I want people to talk to, but I want to create actual connections. Unless you're just going to be someone that I talk to here in my channel, because I have people that are like that. I have people that don't have an interest in getting to know me outside of, you know, Club Kottontale, which is perfectly fine. I think it's hilarious because it's all the same, but but man, all right. Those rubber bands. Oh, I don't want these on here. I always put my rubber bands on this, and then I just don't like it. I just, like, a part of me thinks, like, oh, yeah, I'll do that. And then I'm like, I don't like it. I don't fucking like it at all. Put it on my giraffe's neck. Oh, whatever. It fucking fell. Not quite afternoon. It's still 11:55 a.m. And I've already been here. Shit, it's already been, like, a half hour for me. I've already been enjoying the content, but welcome, welcome, Jamie. Hopefully you're having a good Thursday. My Thursday will hopefully get better being here in Club Cottontale. It always is, just from the moment. I mean, anyone that was here from the beginning of the meeting, they already know how good of a fucking feeling it was. But just being in Club Cottontale today is detrimental to keeping the good vibes. Gotta get ourselves to Saturday. I'm super excited for Saturday, but I'm also super nervous because I'm going to be getting to see my soul sister. I'm so excited to see my soul sister, but meeting a new person, I'm just kind of like, so hopefully all will go well. Ha ha ha. I'm late to the game. What do you mean you're late to the game? Do you mean the meeting of Club Cottontale? There's no such thing as being late to Club Cottontale, because Club Cottontale is just an entity. It's not the live stream or even the posted content. It's just it. So I have tons of people that are able to come and actually chill, hopefully chat with me, but chill in the live when it's live. Like right now it is 11:57 a.m. We're live right motherfucking now on October 1st. But there could be somebody watching this like on October 3rd. You know what I mean? Like sometime in the future, and they're still in Club Cottontale. That's the thing about Club Cottontale. There's no such thing as being late, early, or whatever, because if you're tuning in to the content, you join me for Club Cottontale. Obviously, I would prefer people to be here live, but not just to be here, to actually chat with me. I've mentioned this on numerous occasions that Club Cottontale is an entity that is a controlled area to trigger myself. It's going to trigger me. That's the only thing guaranteed by this live stream, is that it's going to trigger me and that I'm going to desensitize myself to it. So when I get more people who just lurk, it's nothing but triggering. Even when someone talks to me, still triggering. It's just more energy giving because I actually have someone to talk to versus someone just sitting there watching me, which I don't fully ever understand the just sitting there and watching. When I lurk in someone's channel, I'm not watching them. Like I have a buddy, Sergeant Smashton on Twitch. When I lurk in his channel, I'm not watching the content. I simply just have it up in the background. And it's usually in my bedroom, like away from me, because I'm with my daughter and I can't watch his content. Well, I could watch it, but then I'd be distracted, so I just put it on elsewhere. I don't think I will fully understand, unless you're a new person. Like, if you're brand new to someone's content, then I totally get kind of, like, lurking for a little bit, because you don't know who or what you're watching, so you kind of, like, observe it for a moment. But I get people who I've known since the beginning of Club Cottontale who still just lurk. And to be honest, I just think they're trolls. I just think they're an 80s doll. I've had a few of them go, oh, I'm not an 80s doll. And I'm like, well, but you consistently do this thing that you know triggers me. Like, how are you not being a troll if you know that what you're doing is being hurtful to me, but you continue to do it? You know what I mean? And they're not a stranger. Like, strangers, go about your bad self. You don't know who the fuck I am. So I recommend watching previous content. That's something else too, is anyone who comes across my content, I tell them to check out the channel, watch previous content so you can get an idea of what Club Cottontale is all about, because a lot of people get really frustrated that I'm not doing it the way that everyone else does it, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about everyone else. Like, I make the content for me, so if you don't like it, then oh the fuck well, you know? But no, I'm definitely ready to get this medicine in me. Hopefully, just the day. I'm hoping that Saturday goes really well. Like, I have Hosey Posey. Usually, Hosey Posey days usually go really well, but I don't know. I just don't know. Having social anxiety is such a fucked up thing. I seriously would never wish it on anyone, but especially someone who's extrovert, because it's so difficult, because you want to go do things and then you just constantly have this bit in your brain that's just like, nah, you don't want to do that. Like, I thought for years that I was introverted because of it. I am not an introvert. I learned that before the pandemic. The pandemic confirmed that I am not an introvert. Do I have introverted tendencies? I think everyone does for the most part. You know what I mean? Even the most extroverted person enjoys a little me time from time to time. Even if that me time is just you naked in the shower. You know what I mean? Like, even the most extroverted person doesn't want to be, oh my god, no, doesn't want to be around someone 100% of the time. I straight up just touched my glasses. realized this a while ago, but I most definitely feel more comfortable talking to me, myself, and I when it says 0. It's just lurkers really fuck with me. But that's a huge reason why I chose YouTube, you know what I mean? That's why I chose such a cesspooly place that triggers me a lot, because I want to be triggered by it so I can desensitize myself, because I don't like having my brain, making me think and feel a certain way when I don't want to feel that way, you know what I mean? I don't like that, you know what I mean? That's just me. But, on that note, let's get our bunny rabbit bitches blowing out some smoker smokes. Yes, indeedy. And just take some deep breaths and hopefully not let it get to us. Try not to let it get to us. It's getting to me, but I'm trying not to let it. Yeah, that's what you do, bitch, because that always helps. Just a reminder to yourself, bitch. That's another thing, is, like, people will tune in, and they think that, like, I'm talking to them, or that I'm putting up disclaimers for them. Sometimes the disclaimer is for other people, but it's mainly for me. Like, every single thing is for me. Alright, bitch. It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna use this, though, because this trigger will help you to desensitize yourself for everything that comes next Friday. So use this like we use everything else, just to be mindful, and hopefully, I mean, I already know I'm, like, that's just it, is, and I have a lot of people that don't even like to try to get to know me or hang out with me because I have such intense social anxiety. Whenever I meet a new person, there's a couple guarantees. Uh, I'll probably say or do something that's going to be considered just weird, and I am going to sweat profusely. Yep. Like, profusely. Like, I almost like meeting people. Like, when I met that person in the park the other day, it was so much more organic versus, like the very first, like, meeting people off of the dating apps was probably some of the most daunting things I have ever done. And I've only met 4 people? 5. 5. I have only met 5 people from the dating apps, and it just, every single time was like, ah. The only time that I didn't feel super nervous was the second time. And I actually might see that person this weekend, so there's that. But that's like, the creepy part about number 2, though, is, like, when I came across their Tinder profile, I was like, why does this person look so fucking familiar? I was like, I feel like I've seen this picture somewhere, and I was like, it's cute. I was like, but I feel like I've seen it somewhere, and then I was like, where have I seen this before? So I swipe right, we match, which I was like, and then, like, I'm just, like, looking at the pictures, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. And then I'm on my Facebook, and then I come across the person that I had just swiped right on. I was like, you're a friend of one of my friends on Facebook? I'm like, holy shit. And that's when I realized that that's why I recognize them, because I had been crushing on them for a little bit, seeing them interact on my friend's page. I have never had something like that happen before, where, like, you, like, develop a crush on someone, and then, like, you're actually able to meet them and do sexy things with them. That happens. I didn't think that was possible. At 33, I had another new first experience. You should always have first experiences. That's something I'm really glad about, is, like, even though my 20s was full of a lot of erraticness, like, I experienced so many things. I mean, I don't remember a lot of the stuff that I did in the first half of the decade, but that second half was so fucking moist. And it ended in the best way, because I started my club of Cottontales at the end of my 20s. I love that I literally turned 30 the same year that I created Club Kottontale. Like, it's phenomenal. Like, Club Kottontale just turned 4, hit level 4 in life, and I'll be hitting level 34 in less than 3 months. I'm excited. December. It's right around the corner. It doesn't feel like October 1st. I don't know. Everything just feels weird. I feel weird. Probably should get the medicine in me. I'm feeling so anxious though that I'm trying to get it to go away, but unfortunately it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away because the number is just there. I can't control a lurker, nor would I want to, but damn it, is that fucking with me so intense. But it is okay. It's just, they're lurking for a purpose. Everyone does what they need to for a purpose. But, and I've said this disclaimer a few times, if you're someone who does kind of care about me as a person and you're not trying to trigger me incessantly, if you do not have time to talk with me, please don't watch my channel. Because I'm not just looking for people to hang out. That is just a trigger. Like, if it's on the internet, it's just a trigger. Like, I like hanging out with people in real life. Like, I love just sitting in a room with a bunch of people where we don't talk. I love that shit. But on the internet, no, I don't like people just sitting and watching me. It's not a fun feeling. If you are a person that does that and you consistently do it, I'm just going to consider you an 80s doll, someone who is lurking for a purpose or whatever, you know what I mean? But like I said, if you're someone who actually cares about me as a person, if you don't have time to actually talk to me, please don't watch the channel because your lurking causes me such horrible anxiety. Now, obviously, I already know that there's tons of people that do that just because they're purposely trying to do that. I have 80s dolls that do that. That's their sole purpose, is to make me as triggered as possible to where I just, like, can't even think straight. I married a person like that, so. Cheers. Cheers to the next romantic endeavor. And being even smarter than with Red Ranger. I'm actually kind of proud of myself, even though a part of it is that they've ghosted me. You know, like, I guess it'll be a true test of my mindfulness if and when they ever message me again, because I just, like, they could tell me someone died again, and I just think that I would just not respond, or at least try not to. You know what I mean? Because, like, life is crazy. Don't get me wrong, because I have a really crazy life. Like, sometimes I speak my truth, and I'm like, damn, it seems like I'm lying out my asshole, but I'm not. So, that's why I definitely give other people the benefit of the doubt when, you know, they're telling their story, because even though it could be crazy and seem not truthful, it could very well be exactly that. You know what I mean? But that's just it, is someone who wants you to be in their life will share their life with you. They will have you be a part of the fuckery. They won't try to shelter you from it. They'll have you grow with it because they actually want to flourish a connection. That's one thing that I keep reminding myself, is that Red Ranger didn't want to flourish a connection, or if he did, he's just not in a place where he can. I personally, like, and I don't know if this is just my anxieties or, like, my irrational thinking, but I personally think that he still has feelings for his baby mama, and instead of just trying to find out who he was instead trying to interact with other people and then comparing the two. Very much feel like that was the case. Because even when I hung out with him, he did that a couple times where he's like, oh, you're so easy to talk to. Like, I can never talk to her. And I'm just like, no. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about that. And it's like, a part of me thinks, like, maybe I'm just supposed to be their friend. But I do have that sort of attractive connection to them, so I definitely can't just be their friend. But I just hate that. I feel like they, you know, it's that comparison thing. And I, honestly, I feel nothing wrong with that, if you're being honest about it. You know what I mean? Like I had a guy recently, you know, it didn't work out because he wasn't there for me mentally. But he even asked, he's like, are you pursuing anyone else? And I'm like, not really. I'm like, I'm talking to people because I'm single and I'm polyamorous. So, you know, I always flourish a connection if, you know, set main relationship is okay with it. But, like, I've had some people that are like, oh, I don't want to know that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to know if you went on a date, you know? And it's like, well, I'm still going to tell you because it's a respect thing. I'm not going to tell you what we did on the date. But you have to communicate that. You know what I mean? I kind of see that as a red flag. If the person was like, oh, you don't have to tell me when you go on a date, I'd be thinking, how many dates are you going on that you're not telling me about? You know what I mean? And me personally, I've never dated someone who is polyamorous. I've never dated someone who wanted to date someone else or be able to be open to the connection. Because for me, it's not about dating other people. It's about being open to a connection that could flourish. You know what I mean? And having your significant other be okay with that. And if they're not okay with that, you should respect their love and affection and boundaries and not flourish it. And if it's something that you're like feeling with inside your health, then you should go the routes that you need to. You know what I mean? But cheating is fucking horrible, and like I hate to say it, you know, I've cheated in the past and I've been cheated on, and it's just not a fun feeling. It's weird though because the people who cheated on me, they weren't even like real boyfriends. They were phone boyfriends. I've talked about this briefly before, but you know how like a friend gets on the phone and like they three-way someone else and like, oh, do you like my friend? Oh yeah. Oh, do you want to be her boyfriend? Oh yeah. Oh, you guys are boyfriend girlfriend now? Like, the fuck you mean? No, we're not. You know what I mean? But little 8th grade Amber, you know, definitely enjoyed pretending she had actual boyfriends at that time. And I mean, some of them actually were kind. Like, I don't know. It was a very interesting experience. Very interesting experience, to say the least. But the time for me, like, the one time that I actually cheated, it was on my boyfriend. And I'm not trying to justify it, but in a way, it is, like, I've explained it to people, and they're like, oh, you're totally justified in that. I'm like, I still cheated. I should not have done that, you know what I mean? Just because he was lying and didn't want to do that doesn't mean that I should have went and did it, you know? But I am very disappointed. Like, that, like, ruined the thought of having a threesome in a relationship, like a romantic, committed relationship. I could never do that. I probably could do one as a single person. I actually have fantasies all the time about me and the FWB, like, guy, girls, all of the above. But when I was 21, I had a boyfriend, and I had been, you know, I've always have been very honest about what I like sexually. That's how I think that everyone should be, because if you can't convey what you like, how is someone gonna know? You know, you'll encounter a lot of people who don't listen. So you could be telling them exactly what you like, and they still won't do it. But I, you know, I'd brought it up to him for a while. He knew I was bisexual, but I'd been brought it up for a while that I, you know, wanted to experience a girl. And since we were in a relationship, I was like, he's like, you're going to cheat on me? I was like, no. I was like, I'm not going to go by myself unless you're okay with that. He's like, no, I'm not okay with that. And I was like, well, what about a threesome? And he's like, what? And then, you know, I sat down, broke it down on exactly, like, what would happen, what could be done, you know what I mean? And he was even like, are you sure? Like, and that should have been the red flag, is that he kept asking because he didn't want to, you know what I mean? And it ended up being like this month and a half long ordeal of me, you know, talking to the girls, because I already had an idea of the people that I wanted to. So talking to the girls, finding out who would be comfortable with it, what they would be comfortable with, you know what I mean? So I finally get it down to all of that, you know what I mean? And I mean, oh god, it was horrible, because I had to push myself, like, I struggled to even ask that stuff, you know what I mean? But I kept telling myself in my relationship, I'm like, if I can't ask this, then I shouldn't be in the relationship. We did break up shortly after that, because, you know, I went to him and I was like, hey, threesome is a go, and he was like, I thought you were joking. Straight up what he said to me. I thought you were joking. And I was like, what do you mean you thought I was joking? He's like, I didn't think you were serious about wanting to have a threesome. And I was like, so why? I was like, so I spent the last month and a half doing all that for what? And he's like, I don't know. I didn't think you were serious, though. And I was like, you knew I was serious. You just don't want to do it. You know what I mean? And it's because he was super insecure in himself. Like, super fucking insecure. Like, insecure people deserve love, too. But if you're so insecure to the point that you have a person telling you You know what I mean? And you're still like, I get it. Insecurity runs deep. You know what I mean? My insecurity that developed from my past, romantic relationship. Like, I can't even fathom the way that it makes me feel. But I'm very mindful to not let it make me feel that way. I personally think that people who always use a negative as an excuse, they don't want to be living positive. They like living sad. They enjoy it. But no, so he didn't want to have the threesome, so I went and fucked her. I mean, I only ate her out. I didn't actually. I've never had lesbian sex. I've never even had a girl go down on me. Shit, that'd be a whole ass experience. But like, I was excited. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to do this, and I don't regret anything in my life. But the one thing that I wish I would have done is broke up with him before doing it. You know what I mean? That's the only part of that situation that I wish that I could change, because I don't regret doing it. I do not regret that experience whatsoever, but I do wish that I had broken up with my boyfriend beforehand, so then I would not have cheated, because now I get to say that I'm a cheater. You know what I mean? And most people consider once a cheater, always a cheater. And that's something that I'll always have to kind of deal with. That, someone is going to always kind of think like, oh, this bitch is going to cheat on me because, of this. But if they listen to the whole story, if I was feeling like I wanted to do something with someone else, albeit emotional connection or a physical connection, I would tell my significant other. You know what I mean? Because you have to have that open and honest communication. Yes, that moment when it's almost 4:20 somewhere, you guys. So thank you to anyone that is incognitally watching or watching this later on as posted content. Hopefully I get some people to actually come and chat with me. I am, if you've kind of read the title, Mindfulness is Key, inaudible screams. So I feel like screaming, crying, just all the emotions. So we're just going to get through today, and then tomorrow will hopefully be a really good day. Yum. Oh, this music is so good. Come on, I'm just trying to check the moist content, yo. Okay, technology. You can be slow as heck. Whatevs. So we're not gonna need the music on. I don't feel like I'm gonna listen to music. Oh man, people must be having a good week. Excuse me, Mr. Ant. The fuck you think you're doing? Oh, we got a few of you bastards on here. How'd you even get to this? It was on my fucking bed. Ants, I tell you, they are like some of the most frustrating little fuckers in the whole fucking face of the planet. Like, I don't even understand. There is nothing... Like, and it's funny, the one thing in my room that is sweet, they're not even going towards. Like, I keep expecting my Tootsie Roll bag to be swarming in ants. But no, my little fucking garbage bag, which has cashed out bowls in it, and, like, some snot tissues, that's what's in the garbage, and the ants are like, ooh, nummy, nummy. But yet I have a straight-up Tootsie Roll bag just sitting there. And they're little paper wrappers, like, they could easily crawl in that. Nothing. That says something, though, because that's artificial sweet. I can only imagine that it's not actual sugar. So, and like my snot would have actual sucrose in it. You know, the human body creates lots of salty sweet things. So, our snot is definitely one of those. Mainly salty, but it has sweetness to it. Oh man. It's October 1st, 2020. I'm Amber M. Lewis Sr. because I have my Amber M. Lewis Jr. We need to keep our motivation, Amber, because whereas I'm proud of you for maintaining, because honestly, sometimes maintaining is the best thing you can do. We haven't gained, which is great. I'm so fucking proud of you. And every time we look in the mirror, I'm even more proud of what we see. But you know where we've been slacking and where we've let some of the in real life situations get to us and cause some mental turmoil that we're not being mindfulness on. And, you know, it's hard to be mindful, especially when the thoughts are erratic and things like that. And, you know, we never really know what's going to exacerbate it, you know, but one thing that I will always know how to be is myself. And even on those days where I don't feel like me, I strive to know who I am. And, you know, I find that sometimes when we don't know who we are, it's that it's our time to evolve, or that, you know, you've been secluding yourself from things that you potentially could love because you think that you shouldn't like it. I became infinitely more happier when I just like the things that I like. You know what I mean? When I stop hanging out with people who are going to make fun of me because of my toys. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck, you know, if you have to call me an immature soul, or, you know, it's easier for you to look at me as a non-sexual little. You know what I mean? That honestly is the big thing that helps people when it comes to, I guess you could call it an exception, but I just have a love for all things toys. Like, I love dolls and toys and playing, you know, like, I love that sort of thing. I love coloring and doing all of that sort of stuff. And if you look up DDLG, Daddy Doll Little Girl, that is a huge part of that. And it's not always sexual. Is a huge portion of it is? Yes. But there's a huge, huge portion that's not, and I am definitely one of them. You know, I just enjoy my toys. Like, that was one thing one of my exes, one of his friends had told him that that's what I was. And it was around a time that I had learned, you know, from my sissy that that's what I was. And it made it a lot easier because he used to keep judging me for, like, the toys and stuff that I have. He's like, man, you're such a rad chick, but then you have, like, these 6-year-old toys that you like playing with. I'm like, yeah, so? You know what I mean? He's like, ah. And then, you know, when he learned that, you know, because he knew what, you know, like, more of the kinkier side of stuff. So when he learned that I was a non-sexual little, he was like, oh. And it actually became more enjoyable. Like, when I would ask for something, he'd actually get it for me. And he would buy me toys just because he knew I would like it. Like, I have a lot of cute little My Little Pony figurines from that ex because, you know, he knew that it brought me joy. And whereas he didn't understand me enjoying it, me getting enjoyment from it was all that mattered. You know what I mean? You know, that was one thing for him, and it probably still does weird him out that I enjoy little things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 33, and I'm basically a 33-year-old toddler. You know what I mean? In the aspects of, like, some of the stuff that I enjoy. You know, I get very much enjoyment from watching animated movies, Disney movies, like, things like that. And then I absolutely get joy from, like, coloring and playing with toys. And, like, one of my favorite things to do, and honestly, like, it's one of the things that I make sure that I always kind of know where it is. It's in my closet right now. My bucket of sand toys. I love playing in sand. I love building it. I love creating stuff. I love just digging a giant hole. Like, if you take me to Seaside, one of the things I'll ask is, like, do you have things planned or are we winging it? Because if we're winging it, we're going to end up on that beach for a good amount of time. And depending on, like, because I need to be able to get clean afterwards. So, like, if I know that I'm staying in Seaside, I'll let myself go wild. And I mean wild. I'll have sand in my hair everywhere. And I usually would, like, shake myself off as much as I can, but then obviously shower when I got back to the hotel. If it's a day trip, like one of the last day trips I took was with my best friend Michelle and her little girls. Um, they were playing in the sand. I was playing in the sand. I definitely, my waist below was covered in sand. I made sure not to get it in my hair because I am very OCD and I don't like the feeling of dirtiness. Um, isn't that a fucked up thing? I love playing and doing stuff that usually gets you pretty dirty, but I hate being dirty. I just, yeah, it gives me such wicked anxiety. But, that was like one of my favorite things is because all of the girls love to just dig and create. So we were just like digging, making a castle, did like a moat and stuff like that. Like, oh man, it was it was phenomenal. Kind of like right now. See, it's so much easier for me to talk to me, myself, and I when it's just actually me, myself, and I, or at least what I think is me, myself, and I. Like the number says 0. When that number says 1, but I don't have a person talking to me, it's like there's been a few times, not very often, because usually I'm very boisterous on it, but there's been a few times where it's like 2 or 3 and no one be talking. That is like a huge reason that I stopped using the Playroom is that it gets views, and I'm not about that life. I had someone tell me that I was completely naive for doing that because they say that the whole reason for doing YouTube or Twitch is for the views, and I'm like, but it's not why I'm using it. And if something is triggering me to the point that I'm not able to desensitize myself to it, I'm just being triggered and I'm just being tortured by it, I'm not going to continue to do it. And for me, having 160 people, on average, 80 people, watching you. And even, like, I had done one, like, I stopped doing it for a while, and I popped back in, and I still had, like, 20 people. Like, that was intense. Like, I'm not trying to have an average viewer count of 20 people, but only 2 people are talking to me. Like, that is not an enjoyable feeling. You know what I mean? Like, No, see, it gives me chest pains just thinking about it. So I would much rather, just do it my way. Where if I couldn't even imagine getting 10 people, double digits, let alone a triple digit number. You know what I mean? Like, I still can't believe that, like, I've seen that 160. That just blows my mind. You know what I mean? Like, at those times where I had, like a consistent number of, like, it was towards the beginning, and it was mainly because people were getting to know me, learning about me, so you definitely get a lot more consistency. And plus then I also had a lot of people being 80s dolls. I do find that the number will be a lot higher when you have people being 80s dolls. You know what I mean? I'm thankful that I get less 80s dolls now than I did at the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, shoot. And an 80s doll is a troll. An 80s doll is someone who's just utilizing the internet as a way to troll other human beings. I call them an 80s doll. That is what that is. 80s dolls need love too. Fuck me. So a way that I, like, instantly kind of put me in a better mood is self-care. You know what I mean? So, like, me starting this meeting with my hair still in the pigtails and then taking it down and coiffing it into what you see. And then also beforehand, I put on some of my perfume. It's my signature scent. It is the Victoria's Secret Bombshell holiday edition. Because the Victoria's Secret Bombshell is going to smell slightly different from the holiday one. This holiday one, it's just like, it's the perfect smell of, like, it slightly reminds me of my grandmother, but also is just like a perfect scent for me. Like, I love the way it smells on me. Oh, absolutely. So just like having it on me, it's just one other way to help keep that positiveness. You know what I mean? For me, my life is mindfulness to keep the positivity flowing. When I'm in the house with just me and my daughter, like, I still have days, or I still have times, I should say, within that day where it's just me and her, where I can get mentally low. But because I live in a shared environment with my ex, whenever I'm around them, my anxiety is heightened. But also, aside from that, if there's like other stuff that's been like spoken of that day, like today, I was doing really good, feeling like, yeah, like I actually felt like I was going to be really good when they got home, but then I got some crazy shit before they got home, and it just like broke me down a bit, and I just was like as soon as they got to the house, like I can't even fully remember my thought process on that. It was just like everyone was yelling Club Cottontale, and I was just like, to have everything just be normal, so then I could get here. And now that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 12:34 in the afternoon. We started this meeting literally about an hour ago, because it was about 11:30 ish when we started. So it's been an hour. What a great moist hour that has been. If you saw the title, mindfulness is the key. It is. It truly is. And then inaudible screams, because you can't hear them, but they're there. But it's okay. I'm just really looking forward to Saturday, even though, like, Moose doesn't remember me telling him that I was going to stay at my sister Wolf's house, even though, like, as soon as I knew I had it planned, I let him know, because I always do that. But it's no big deal, you know what I mean? Like, I already knew it wouldn't be any big deal, because when I'm not in the house, it gives him a chance to have the house on Saturday just to him and Rainbow. Because it is a different dynamic when, the other person isn't in the house. Like, my mornings is just me and Rainbow, and it's so phenomenal. You know what I mean? And then, like, evenings they're a little rougher, you know what I mean? Because he is here, and it's just like, he's not in the same room as me, but it's like I can feel the energy. I definitely kind of feel like an empath all my life, where I can just feel the energy of other people, and I've had it proven time and time again, because I'd be hanging out with someone, and, I just kind of say something, and they're like, whoa, like, you're reading my brain right now. They're like, I'm like, wow, I was just kind of like, feeling the feelings, That's why I hate my logic side too, because, like, I can feel a feeling, but I also know when it's kind of like with Red Ranger, you know what I mean? I can feel that connection, but I also know that it's just not time, you know what I mean? I almost feel like the universe had him come back, like pop through, for, like, both of us, just to kind of be like, like, it's not the time yet, but you're also meant to be connected. But maybe not, because I don't know. I'm clearly not over it yet. I'm doing my best. It feels weird to be able to say that, like, I'm legally married, but I'm not really, like, I probably will forever grieve that relationship just because of the severity of everything. But right now, I'm not getting over that. I'm getting over a connection that I made with a brand new person. You know what I mean? I thought that Red Ranger and I could have been something more, just like me and Shorty. Like, that's definitely one, like, I'm over that, but it just kind of, like, I'll never fully get closure from that. Like, With Red Ranger, I know kind of like his situation and what he's thinking. You know what I mean? I have no idea what Shorty was thinking. I can only go off of the assumption and the feelings that I got. I probably was correct. You know what I mean? I usually am. You know, I'm really good at reading people. And I actually, you know, came across some screenshots of some like old messages between me and Shorty, and he literally said to me, he's like, "You're so infuriating." He's like, "But you're hot, so it's okay." Like, he literally said that to me. That's a red flag. And I feel like past Amber knew it was a red flag, and that's why she screenshotted it for, like, future Amber to come across it, you know what I mean? Because I was just like, God damn, like, he said that to me, like, I infuriate him, but because I was attracted, it was okay. And I don't want that. I don't want someone who is, I want you to be physically attracted to me. Yes, I want you to be physically attracted to me. But I don't want that to be the only thing. If you don't, if there's something about me that is a red flag for you, or just, you know, a character flaw that you can't get over, like, for example, like, sometimes there's, like, no one really likes when people talk with their mouth with food in it, or, like, smacking your lips, but those are, like, little character flaws that you can kind of overlook sometimes, especially if you love someone. But, like, big-ass character flaws in, like, a personality or personalities, like, if there's something about my personalities that you don't like, you have to be upfront and tell me. And if it's something, like, if I'm being overly angry, I want someone to point that shit out to me, because I can't evolve as a person unless you tell me what I have done. But be honest with me. So that's the issue in my past relationship, is that they were lying to me. So I don't know what they say to me is truthful or not pretty much 98% of the time. You know what I mean? I personally will always be upfront and honest, regardless. And I just hope that someone else is going to do that too. So, you know, I, and that's like with Shorty, I was upfront and honest, you know, straight up saying, like, if you can't be there for me when I'm having, you know, this mentally low day, like, I don't want to flourish any connection with you. Like, I was being open and honest, you know, and instead of responding to it, they just blocked me, which, childish, and, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. I think October is gonna be a great month of just like, for one, I've been wanting to sage the house. I need to get out and about. I need to get like a girlfriend that's like willing to go drive with me to a craft store to get fresh sage, or even a farmer's market. That'd be preferably like. I wonder if the Saturday market in Oregon. It probably isn't yet, though. Damn. Darn COVID. I'm wondering, because usually when you're buying stuff for smudging or, you know, burning of sage in your home, like, you want to get it yourself, pick it yourself, you know what I mean? And make your bundles yourself. I personally don't recommend having someone else do it. Like, if you truly believe in it, their energies are going into, you know, the product of which it was made. That's why, like, that's another reason that I don't personally like creating stuff unless I'm feeling in the mood, because, like, let's say I had an Etsy shop, right, and I had this stuff that I have to make for people. If I'm not in the right mindset when I'm making that item for that person, I'm putting my energy into it, and that energy might rub off on them, and I don't want that. When I make something, I want them to get a positive energy from it, you know what I mean? I want them to feel the love and affection that I'm putting into it, not my distaste for the fact that I'm doing this, you know what I mean? Because that gets that way sometimes. Like, very, very seldom. And it usually, luckily, it's only happened when I was making something for myself. But I have a lot of projects that, you know, you start and then it, like, stopped. I don't think I have too many right now. I think the main one is trying to downsize, declutter, and then hopefully get everything organized for the time being of me living in this home. That's something that I'm very disappointed, excuse me, that I haven't done. Is that whenever I move into a new place, I like to get everything set up within, like, days. And with my previous partner, it was never that way. You know what I mean? I mean, it was fighting tooth and nail to get a couch. The first month of living in this house, me and our 8-month daughter would chill in the kitchen. Like, I would have her sit on my lap, you know what I mean? And then I'd have her get down and practice walking a little bit. You know, there really wasn't much places she could do that because there were boxes everywhere and, you know what I mean? Nothing was, so we would do it in her room. You know, that was the one, my daughter's bedroom was the one place that from the get-go was instantly set up. Um, but, you know, our days were spent, like, chilling in the kitchen because we didn't have a couch. So I set up, and for the longest time, I didn't even have the TV set up because I was waiting to set the TV up until we had a couch. And when I realized that wasn't going to happen, you know, and it was just, it's fucked up, you guys. And I don't ever want to do anything like that ever again. I won't. That's for damn sure. But, I got a tinkle. But it's just me, myself, and I. Hopefully I actually get some motherfuckers to actually come chat with a bitch. I doubt it, though. Fucking almost 1 o'clock on a Thursday. It's probably just gonna be me, myself, and I all day. Or for the afternoon, because I have until 5:30. But anyways, BRB. Well, I'm finishing my bowl up, and then, you know, just, do you want me to text you, or? motherfuckers, and welcome back, Amber. Motherfucking Lewis. How you doing? Mime Amber is apparently going to be serving a purpose soon. This day... Mindfulness is the key. Mindfulness is the key. Mindfulness is the motherfucking key. Alright, well. Let's, I think they're still hitting this. I was using the restroom. That's when I finished using the restroom, wash my hands, and I was gonna come in, finish this, and do another, possibly reload another bowl, but then get on into the games. But, life likes to zig with the zag, so... I just... It is what it is. Okay. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is the key. Music is nice, and I'm currently obsessed with Gabby Hanna, and she just dropped a new song called Call Me Crazy. And she actually mentioned that she had wrote it for Trisha Paytas, but she didn't want it, so she decided to go ahead and do it because it's fucking amazing. And I'm glad she did. And honestly, I can tell that it's wrote for Trisha, and I live for it. Suspense, but you almost have to laugh at it. Alright, Mime Amber is going to be doing her thing. You'll know because you won't hear the music, and you'll see my lips moving and stuff happening, but you won't be able to hear it. We call that mime. And at the shithole with the new whip. Pack it, box it, tip it, top it. Pack it, box it, tip it, top it. she serves a purpose. Mime Amber, that is. Alright. Now, to actually have more medicine to get my anxiety down. Fucking A. Now I could really use some conversation, but it is currently just after 1 in the afternoon. I have until 5:30 today for me time because it's Thursday. Thursday's the day before Friday, which is 100% me. And really this week, I got to do 2 of the lunches. Usually lunch is done by her dad. I do breakfast and dinner. But I've gotten to do, a couple lunches, which I love getting to do all of the meals because I know exactly what she's eating and everything. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow because Saturday I'll actually be getting away from the house. And whereas I won't get to sleep in my comfy bed, being away from the house will be very much enjoyable. You know what I mean? Alright. Pool is loaded. I think for our first one, we will just do a normal one, not even worry about anything, not even the quick ones. Although all of the quick ones are very obtainable, except for the superpower one. I don't give no fucks about doing no fucking superhero fucking elimination. My tattoo is healing quite nicely, though. Definitely gotta put some lotion on it soon. Huh. That's so funny that that's just gonna be so fucking hot. So hot. the day. I'm gonna go to the Simpson stacks. And maybe our little cabana. We'll go to Cottontale's cabana. Oh yeah, it's funny, it's like I can't not think about challenges. I'm like, but zip line. I see a person too. Worked out nicely. Taco, I'm a taco. Chizzity, chizzity, taco. Just a taco, just a taco. Diddly, diddly, dat, dat, taco. Oh, there's another big pot. Aha. Make my way to that zip line. see it? It reached 6 people. Wow, it's been about an hour. Well, just over an hour, actually. I thought this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Give it all again. It'll never work. Bam, 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 bam. Yo, I'm about to make myself a taco salad after this meeting, yo. That's gonna be so fucking good. Oh my gosh. Again. With the battle bus going right over the fucking Weeping Woods, like, it's already gonna be so fucking hot. Oh, I love this perfume so much. I can't wait to go on, like, an actual date, so I can, like, get all snazzed up and smell pretty and such. That looks like Pride Rock. Going down there for. So I was thinking, like, you know, just make regular tacos. Probably should do that too. Make some regular tacos and a taco salad. Or maybe I'll just make regular fucking tacos, but like extra loaded up on the lettuce. It's got an X out of it. How interesting. I'm such a mess, you don't even know the half of it. Neither of the downstairs boobies spawned. had to open that and then harvest it. I love and hate that when I say like a word like harvest, my brain instantly goes to like harvesting of organs or something, you know? Upgraded my AR, but I kind of don't want to upgrade it to the AR because I'd rather have a purple burst over just a regular. But I was kind of thinking we should upgrade the shotgun. I think I'll just keep my materials for now. Hopefully we come across a blue burst that I could upgrade. Far. Damn, that house got demolished. I don't know what went down there, but ooh, there's still cake there. She doesn't need any, but there was some there. It'd be cool if you could pick up the cake. Kind of like a foraged item. I'm pretty sure you can only consume it. I mean, used to have a fucking Quinjet. Trying to interact with that whatsoever. I don't feel like being shot at by some robots. Not right now, anyways. Fuck me. Oh, they had a gold assault rifle. Well, that makes sense. I was like, why do I feel like my shots are doing nothing? Man. Yeah, tacos are gonna be delicious. I think I'll make those after she goes down for a nap. So 2:30 will be when I end this meeting, unless like I feel like, cause like I don't know, my emotions are kind of like all over the place today, and it doesn't help that I had some information fall into my lap that just like I was just like, whoa, you know what I mean? Because it was information that really affected me and my child, and that's what broke me at that moment, is because of her, you know what I mean? Like, as parents, you have to do everything you can to make sure that your child doesn't just grow up, but grows up and then has an ability to live past that. You know what I mean? So I want to help my daughter grow up, and then also, have a future set out for herself on, what she's gonna do. Regardless of what it is that she has to do. You know what I mean? Um, Alright. You know what? We might as well. Doesn't show us where any of that stuff is. I feel like he's gonna be somewhere in the weeping, right? Damn. You see all the people? Just pure fucking sanity. Fuck, man. That was insanity. Yeah, we're not dropping weeping anytime soon. Nope. Big can of nopes. Not gonna lie, staring at Lotta's face is really making me want my tacos now. I'm so excited. Got my meat, got my cheese, got my tacos, got my lettuce. Very, very, very excited. Don't have any tomatoes, but I'm not like super big on having tomatoes on my tacos. Like, obviously I'd like to have them, but lettuce is a must. freaking legendary fish thing is like, what? What even, like, probably would show you on here what a legendary... I don't know. There's definitely going to be some people coming here, because you're supposed to harvest stone at the Coral Castle for, because today's Thursday, so week 6 of, Chapter 2, Season 4, or, as we lovingly call, Season 14. Oh yeah, I've got quite a few people coming here. Not as much as fucking, weeping, though. That's just pure insanity. You only need 300, which isn't even that much. I'm hoping other people, because I see other people right now, I'm just hoping I don't get shots popped at me. Because there's quite a few other people here. There's like one person right over there, there's like 3 or 4 over there. want my loot.
Still need to use a zip line.
Yeah, you can only consume them, can't gather. That'd be so dope if you could gather them, though. Oh, man, I don't think I have any hot sauce. Tacos. Tacos are delicious, but some hot sauce for them tacos. Sound mighty delicious. Also upgrading my... Damn, I don't have very much metal, though. It's disappointing. Don't have enough metal or wood. Look at it, dodge. hope everyone that is watching incognitally or watching this later on has posted content. For me, it's the 1st of October. Wake up, it's the 1st of the month. Hell yeah, so it's the 1st of October. Spooky month, as a lot of, people will call it. I for one, am definitely happy it's October. I haven't gotten, Halloween decorations up yet, but I definitely want to put some up, especially because Rainbow, will be able to do it with me. So, time to pull out the Halloween decorations, get her done. I don't know if we're going to do outside decorations. That's one thing that I'm not sure on. I will be doing all indoor ones, for sure. They're going to work out really nicely for me, or really bad. Ah, fuck. Worked out nicely for me. And I'm just going to leave that stuff to get encompassed into the storm. Watch it get eaten by the storm. Ooh, the zipline. We need a zipline. Hopefully we come across some shields somewhere. Oh, Jeebus. Fuck. Hell yeah. Lots accomplished in that one though. Excellent. Excellente. I said I was gonna go till 2:30, but then tacos. Just can't stop thinking about them. Plus, I just highly doubt that we're gonna get anybody that actually is able to chat with me. I already know that, some people like to lurk and stuff when they're, like, working and stuff like that. So I imagine, probably get some people like that doing the incognito-ness, but your bitch needs some actual conversation. Ride the zip line from retail to steamy. Well, okie dokie. Dude. That's a nice one. That's a nice. It's a very nice. Very nice. But especially staring at her taco face, I'm just like, tacos. Tacos must happen. So, instead of continuing to chill in Club Cottontail with a grumbling Tumby, I might come back, but I think I might actually just like make some tacos and watch something. I do want to say thank you to Jamie. I want to say it's Jamie Wetzel, like Wetzel Pretzels, right? But I'm just going to say Jamie W just in case it's not pronounced that way. Because I know that if I had a name that was similar to something that was common and it didn't actually sound like that, I'd be like, but at the same time, you're probably used to it. But I do appreciate you popping in and chatting with me for a little bit. I know that you're more of a lurker, so I do appreciate you kind of popping out in the rare chance that she sees this at some portion in time. You know, I don't know. That's one thing for me is I always just speak what's in the brain, goal it up in the hole. Yeah. Until the next time, you know, who knows when I'll make content. Only the universe truly knows when content will be made in either of my channels. I make content here and content on my Mama Cottontail channel. So Amber Motherfucking Lewis has the content with a hard C, and Mama Cottontail makes content with a soft K. And we actually, Mama Cottontail and Rainbow did 2 videos the last day of each month. So it's October 1st. So obviously yesterday was the last day of September. And I absolutely love the 2 videos. I personally probably watched them a bunch of times just to watch them over and over again because she's so adorable. But yeah, until next time, please always be kind to yourself and everyone else. And we'll see you next time. Bye!